You should be naked. Whoa. 5 days stranded on an island.
Right now, I'm on a boat headed directly towards a desert island in the South Pacific, and I'm
gonna pause a lot. I'm
getting dropped off here where
This reminds me of that Tom Hanks movie Castaway, by the way. I'm sorry.
I'll be surviving totally solo for the next 5 days. And while at first glance, this island might look like nothing but a tropical paradise,
Holy.
it's raw, unforgiving nature, and to make it through this week,
I would die on hour one. Hour one, I would die. I don't even know how to do that. I'm stupid. Fine. My bad.
I'll need to catch my own food, find a source of fresh water, start fire from nothing but materials in this jungle, and build a shelter to protect me
This is so informative. This is gonna be an amazing video. I'm gonna actually learn how to survive.
from the harsh tropical downpours. This is one of the most brutal experiences I've been through in my entire life, but it was also one of the most transformative and made me a stronger person coming off the island.
Bro, it's splitting apart. Oh my gosh, it's so big.
There goes our ride. They won't be back for nearly a week. Let's get this party started.
Oh crap.
Well, this is gonna be my home for the next 5 days. Guess we should start by giving it a look around, see what we're working
He's got a
with.
little muscle
So this
on him.
is the beach right next to where I got dropped off, and it's by far the biggest beach on the island. There's driftwood all over the place. The water's super blue. It's one of the nicer beaches I've seen in my lifetime. Let's just call this Castaway Beach.
Whoa, whoa. And he referenced the movie.
Water's super
That water is looking dirty. I was thinking I could drink that too. I'm dying immediately. See what I mean?
blue. It's one of the nicer beaches I've seen in my lifetime. Let's just call this
Also, if he's going all survival, think about it. If he's going all survival, he should be naked right now. He should be naked. He should be naked. He should find his own clothes. Yes.
beaches I've seen in my lifetime. Let's just call this Castaway Beach. Next, we have this
brought
whole stretch
sunscreen.
of jungle in the middle of the island. I don't know what secrets this jungle is hiding. I don't know what
But never
stretch
mind.
of jungle in the middle of the island. I don't know what secrets this jungle
Oh my gosh, he's sweating like crazy. He's got the necklace. He's got to flex it. My
is
bad.
hiding. I don't know what creatures lurk here, but I have a feeling we'll be finding out sooner than I'd prefer. And that would be in about 15 seconds. Dude, that is the biggest non-tarantula spider I've ever seen in my life. You're telling me I have to worry about this crawling on my face at 2 a.m.? I mean, look at my face. Oh God. Ugh. Probably shouldn't be putting my face next to it for scale. The end of the big spooky jungle also leads into a big spooky hill on the other side of the island.
This reminds me of that little tortoise from Avatar. You know where Aang touched him? This doesn't look real, by the way.
That's super steep and completely vegetated. I'll try to make it up there at some point in the video, but today is not that day. And on the other side of the island, we have another beach.
My gosh.
Oh, this one has a shipwreck in it, so let's call this Shipwreck Beach. This beach is a little skinnier, but it has some cave-looking things and looks really cool.
I'm almost done.
Scoped out, I'm pretty
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
confident I'm gonna make my home base Castaway Beach. It's the biggest, the largest, it has the most resources laying around, and there's plenty of cool spots to build a shelter. But I'm not building a shelter quite yet, because that's not my highest priority. Finding water is. But on an island completely surrounded.
The weirdest shape of an island I've ever seen, by the way. What? Wait, what? Wait, whoa. This looks like a ball. This looks kind of like a ball. What is this? Whoa.
By salt water, that would be a lot more difficult than it sounds. I mean, it's not like fresh water grows on trees around here. I'm just joking. It literally grows on trees. We actually lucked out because there are tons.
I'm stupid. I didn't know coconuts had fresh water in them. How do you open a coconut too?
Of coconut palms in this island. The only problem is these trees do not make it easy to harvest their sweet nectar. They hide the goods right at the top. This one looks a little more manageable. Let's try to climb it. I figured out the best footing at the base and then slowly shimmied my way up to the top, at which point I pulled out the machete and hacked away at the coconuts. They definitely didn't want to come down easy, but eventually I cut through the vine and had my water. There we go.
$100 GoPro, by the way.
Really nice harvest of coconuts right there. And these are exactly how I want.
Holy, it kind of 225? I'm sorry. That also looks pretty good. Pretty juicy inside. I hate if I drunk that and it had pulp in it, I'd be so mad.
Them to look, because the green ones are the ones with water inside. And as long as I'd found a good palm tree, I went ahead and ripped a few more down and then chopped them
Yeah, with my luck, I'd find a rotten one and drink it and then die of like food poisoning.
open with the machete to reveal the coconut water that was single-handedly.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that doesn't look. That looks like something else. I wouldn't drink that. I thought it'd be like all like juicy, like hollow inside. It's just a hole.
The coconut water that would single-handedly be keeping me alive this week. Oh, that is
Oh, that's sand in his eyes.
so hydrating.
Is there nothing to kill him
in the middle
here?
is coconut jelly. That's a tasty little
Oh,
treat.
that looks disgusting. Yeah, my siblings would die on Day one, immediately.
And that's so dense in nutrients. We have sugars, we have fats, we
Ugh.
have fibers. The only thing it does
Ugh, that looks like egg yolk. Or egg, but without the yolk in it. Oh, that looks so nasty.
doesn't have is protein. We'll be hunting for plenty of that later. I know that as this video goes on, I'm gonna get so much more tired and weak every day. So I say I should go ahead and get as many coconuts as I can right now, so I have a nice little stash and I don't have to worry as much about water. And I think I have a method in mind that doesn't involve climbing another tree. I just found this big piece of bamboo washed up on the beach. Might try to use this to get some coconuts down. That'll save us a lot.
Yeah, he really did find that long piece of bamboo right there.
A lot of energy. And while this method kept me from having to climb trees, it was also a lot less effective than the machete. But once I really started putting some power into each swing, they became strong enough to dislodge coconuts, and gravity did the rest.
Can't those fall and kill you?
That's what I'm talking about. As I got better at this, coconuts started dropping like flies, and I started to realize I might not be dying of dehydration on this island after all. I was getting more coconuts than I knew what to do with. All right.
Now, if I find a good mango, devouring it every day. I don't care if...
We have ourselves a coconut
We're 3 minutes in, and I keep pausing. Oh my gosh.
stash. I feel like this is gonna last a significantly shorter time than I want to believe, but it at least buys us some time to do other things and figure out another source of fresh water. Now that we have at least some water, I think the next thing I need to be worried about is shelter. Not only because it rains a lot here in the South Pacific and I want to stay dry, but because that's most of what we do on this channel anyway.
They really will destroy me inside out. Okay.
Is build shelter. The first thing I want to do is build some kind of elevated sleeping surface because there's all kinds of creepy crawlies creeping and crawling on this island. And the last thing I want is...
Oh my gosh, I know that sand is itchy as can be on his legs. Look at that.
For them to be creeping and crawling on me. There's a solid amount of bamboo and other...
I'd be jumping in the water every 5 seconds to get the sand off me too.
Driftwood washed up on the beach, so we can use that as our main frame.
That looked like a Japanese letter, I'm sorry. Is that wrong for me to say?
Use that as our main framing material for everything. And in the jungle, there's these vines scattered around the ground that are super strong and super flexible that we can use to tie things together. Genuinely works exactly like rope. I started off with the bed framing and used our machete to cut apart 4 pieces
Wait, whoa. Can't come in here with a machete now. It's supposed to be surviving on an island, stranded. Come on now, we gotta be like outdoor boys here. No clothes, nothing. Use your hands. That's fair.
Bamboo. Then I laid them out in a rectangle that would be just long and wide enough for me to fully lay down. I tied the corners together with the vines, which were surprisingly flexible.
I can't wait to do this when I get in my backyard. Playing Minecraft in real life.
And seemingly strong enough to hold a human. But now we need to figure out a way to suspend this whole frame above the ground. Now we can mark where I want all 4 corners to go, and then use a rock to pound some pieces of driftwood into the sand. This took a lot more hammering than expected, but these sticks were totally secure and not coming out of the ground anytime soon.
Where did he get that giant rock? That would crush my toe.
Anytime soon. And now we can lash the bed onto the stilts raised up a foot or 2. I was putting even more trust into the vines here. And there we go. That's a solid cot frame. Supports my weight easy. I can even do some dips out here, get in a little workout. Oh, wait, that's like the last thing I should be doing on a desert island. Now I need a surface to actually sleep on, and I'll just keep on wrapping those vines down the entire length of the bed, and that'll create kind of a hammock that I can sleep on.
Big
All right, moment of truth. Does it support big old Dave's big old booty? Oh my gosh. You know what? This is actually kind of nice. Like, yeah, it's not as comfortable as an actual hammock or
wow, I already got to this much left. I'm a biggie.
a mattress or something like that, but for what it is, this is pretty dang comfy. And the good news is my superpower is I can sleep basically in any position and
that looks so horrible, bro. Holy 1 cent and below look in bed.
in any place.
Bird
Look at this
swoops
picture
down.
my friend Derek got of me sleeping once. I'm telling you. I do have an idea for how to make the bed comfier, but we'll have to do that tomorrow because we're kind of
What if the tide rises? He's cooked.
out of light for the evening. All right, I changed into my pants and long sleeve shirt for the night so the bugs don't get me quite as bad. Oh. So I got dropped off this morning.
I hate it so
haven't
much.
even
Oh,
been
those
here
waves look
24
nice
hours
though.
Yet, and I can already tell you this is gonna be one of the roughest weeks of my life. Also, I know I'm totally exposed to the elements out here. Tomorrow's goal is to finish the shelter. But if
Holy,
it
we
rains
gotta clip
tonight,
farm.
whatever. It's so hot out here, a shower sounds kind of nice. Night night, sleep tight, don't let the spiders bite.
It's too perfect.
I guess there's a rooster on this island.
He'd probably lose like 10 pounds, 10, 15 pounds from doing this, I feel like.
I'll have to keep an eye out for that. I don't know how I managed to get so lucky, but it barely rained last night. It started sprinkling for 15 minutes, and I took off my long clothes to prepare for downpour, and then it stopped, and I went back to bed. Crazy. I highly doubt we'll get that lucky a second night in a row, so we better get the shelter up
bro. Holy, he looks rough, bro. Dedication in this video is insane.
today. But first, breakfast. Oh gosh,
Oh, it
that
just
thing
squirted
just
everywhere.
me in the face.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be so sick of coconuts by the end of this week. Okay, so we're getting an early start today, and before I do anything else, I really
look at
want
that tan line. Holy, trying to look like me. I don't know why they're trying to look like me.
to make some progress on the shelter. We finished the hammock yesterday, and as much as I loved it at first, I have to say it is much less comfortable after a night of sleep on it. Again, it's not the worst thing I've ever slept on, but it's in the bottom 25% of places I've slept. But I know exactly how to fix that. To prep for this adventure, I've been watching tons of videos of Southeast Asian grandmas weaving palm leaves together. And I think if I could weave a couple palm leaves together, that would make for such a perfect sleeping surface.
I found a plant that would be perfect for this and chopped down the biggest leaf I could with our machete. Then I split it in half right down the middle. Then it was time to channel my inner Southeast Asian grandma and do the weave I've been watching videos about. And since I practiced this multiple times before coming out to the island, things went beautifully.
Oh my gosh, wait, whoa, go back. I need to learn this.
Times before coming out to the island, things went beautifully.
That took forever
That's
too.
how you do it. Not bad for a Wyoming boy who's never even touched a palm leaf before. Now I can put these over the bed, and that is such a nicer surface to sleep on. Nice little palm leaf mattress. I mean, that actually feels like it could be
There's just like a tick lying in between the leaves.
bed. That is crazy comfy.
But now our bed needs an actual shelter built over it.
So going into this video, I wanted to build some kind of epic, creative, never before seen shelter. But now that I'm actually here doing the thing, I think an A-frame is the way to go. It's simple, it's effective,
I need to learn
it
this.
looks cool. I can be creative when I haven't been running on nothing but coconuts for 24 hours. First, we need to build the frame, and there's so much driftwood out here on the beach that I could probably find all the pieces I need just from that. Look at this, that's perfect.
And after a good while spent wandering the beach in search of framing material, I also found something useful I wasn't looking for.
So while walking up and down the beach looking—
Oh my gosh, what has he been doing, bro? Why is there sand all over his lips? Oh my gosh, I think his hands are bruised.
for driftwood, I think I also stumbled upon a new fresh water source. All over the place on this beach, there's different plastics that have washed up. It's really unfortunate. But what is at least somewhat fortunate is that a good amount of the plastics washing up are water bottles.
Yeah, I just found a water bottle here. Yeah, it's not like anyone put it here. You know.
And a good amount of those water bottles still have some water in them. What I'll do is cut it off partway with the machete, and then I'll just go at it with a life straw. Tastes a—
Bro, the way his lip... Why does he look like that, bro? What is this? Oh my gosh, the squint is insane.
Really fresh water. Good to have another water source. All right, I managed to find a good number of sticks. Let's assemble our A-frame.
I started by stabbing 4 sticks into the ground and then tied them at the top with vines to make 2 triangles. I added another stick all the way across the top and then 2 more on each side that we'll be securing leaves to.
All right, that's an A-frame if I've ever seen one. But now comes the tricky part, because I need to figure out what to use for siding material. Palm leaves are what most people on this island have used, and they can work for sure, but I just don't like how—
I should barricade the door. I need to clip farm so much, you know? Increase the spread. Sorry.
the leaves are. That seems like a recipe for a leaky roof. Everywhere on the island I've been seeing—
Where were we at? Oh, we're only 9 minutes in. Oh, it's chopped. It's chopped cheese. It's good.
These leaves. I don't really know what they are, but they have a ton of surface.
This chud needs to stop talking so much. Okay.
Area. I think they'd be a great option. Let's use them. And I came up with a system that I think might work for putting them on. First, I'm taking a knife and slicing a tiny little hole in the base of each stem. Then you can see I tied this vine along the support. I'm taking the vine, threading it through that hole in the leaf, and now I can just pull that all the way through, and then the bottom of these leaves can go under the vine on the bottom support. And in theory, we should be able to do that all the way across.
1 leaf at a time, I added onto the wall and expanded our little shelter. This process was super tedious, but I knew it'd pay off.
All right, we got 1 row done. This is definitely taking a lot longer than expected, but let's keep on keeping on, get the—
That looks so eatable. I would turn that into a salad without the ranch.
Here, and the end result had almost no gaps or cracks.
Look at that, it's coming together so nicely. I mean, given the materials on this island, I feel like—
Oh my gosh, there's a spider in his hat. Holy.
Like this is about as waterproof as a shelter could get.
And while I was happy with the progress being made on the shelter, the sun was beating down so intensely.
I've been working out here in the hot tropical sun all day, and I feel like I'm betraying my entire bloodline.
It looks so, like, wet.
My body's trying to tell me, dude, it took generations and generations of humans to give you the perfect body for Northern Europe, and you're just gonna run your blonde-haired, blue-eyed booty down to the tropics, to an island? I'm not made for this place. Now that I have the process figured out, I'll just do the same thing on the other side. Hopefully this side goes faster. We do not have much daylight left.
And seeing as how I've already done this a few dozen times, the backside went so much more quickly and I was done by sunset.
And the last thing I'll do is add some leaves to these holes in the top to kind of make a ridge cap. That right there
like an ADH
looks
kid,
pretty
kid.
dang water resistant. A rainstorm hates to see my shelter coming. That took most of my day, most of my energy, but it feels so good to have a roof over my head. Shelter, I hardly know her.
Make a Minecraft door, get 6 blocks of wood. Guy never played Minecraft before, like, come on, bro.
Oh. I'm going for a little twilight walk down the beach. I feel like I've been working so hard on the shelter today. I need to take a minute and just feel some appreciation for this beautiful place I'm in right now. I mean, this is such a cool life experience. I'm gonna be telling this story to my grandkids someday. Oh my gosh, I put in so much work today. I gotta be honest, the hunger is really starting to get to me. I've eaten nothing but coconuts since I got here, and let me tell you,
coconuts are not very filling.
Food and just feel some appreciation for this beautiful place I'm in right now. I mean, this is such a cool life experience. I'm gonna be telling this story to my grandkids someday. Oh my gosh, I put in so much work today. First contact with Earth, and I'd have absolutely no idea any of that was happening. I feel like the only worries in the world are the worries on my little island, which is a lot of worries, but still. And that being said, I am very
How's he recharging his equipment? I'm sorry. How's he recharging his equipment?
sleep on my new mattress. Night night, sleep tight, don't let the creepy crawlies bite.
But tonight, the creepy crawlies would be the least of my worries.
Oh, it just started raining outside, and this shelter is not nearly as leak-proof as I thought it was. Oh my gosh, it's an absolute downpour. It's actually holding up pretty well on the sides, but a bunch of these top panels blew off, so it's just coming straight through there. On the bright side, the shelter is taking this wind like an absolute champ. I was really worried about that. I thought our thing might be blowing over, but no, it's holding up fine. I mean, there's not much I can do right now besides just accept I'm getting a little shower, but we'll make it through the night. I'll see you guys in the morning. I really need to find that rooster. Do you know how good some chicken sounds right about now? All right, so as you can see, last night was a rainy night. The storm lasted way longer than expected, and I got very little sleep, probably only a couple hours. Clearly the shelter needs some patching up on the roof, but on the bright side, it made it through that entire storm without falling apart. For something made entirely of natural materials, that's kind of impressive. Like I said, today's entire goal is to get a bite to eat, because holy moly am I hungry. I want to spend a good chunk of today out in the water fishing, and fingers crossed, a chunk of today starting fire and cooking. But first, breakfast.
Boom, boom. Cooked, bro. I'm dead. I'd be dead. Look how he's like raising that knife. I'd either cut my fingers, cut my leg, or cut my head open. Like holy, or do all 3 at once somehow.
Dude, screw coconuts. So there's a few different methods I want to try for fishing today, and the first of those is just a good old-fashioned hand line. I just have the line, I have a weight right there, and then I'm using a little crab on
Where'd you get that bait, buddy?
weight right there, and then I'm using a little crab on a hook for bait.
I alley-ooped that line right out into the water, and then immediately got splashed by a giant wave. We'll check to see if it's caught anything in a bit.
And the next fishing method we have is a spear and Hawaiian sling. I've actually never used one of these before in my life, so there's definitely gonna be a learning curve, but I am so hungry right now that I'm gonna figure it out. And I must be in
It looks like it could be a Fortnite pickaxe.
South Dakota right now, because I'm about to spear a fish. That's a town in South Dakota.
But on my way to go spearfishing, I stumbled upon something very unexpected.
Guys, I just found something so crazy washed up on the beach. I gotta show you, this is incredible. There it is. It's a real life mess.
Oh my gosh. Wow, it's like that thing from SpongeBob. Is that the Krabby Patty secret formula?
To go spearfishing.
I think we'll do our fishing over here on the shipwreck side of the island. It seems a lot more mellow. And I know you guys might be worried about sharks out here, but did you know that cows kill more people than sharks? I'll be honest, I don't know how cows kill any sharks at all.
I waddled my way out into the water and set off on my very first spearfishing voyage. But while the ocean may have looked peaceful from above, below the surface was a very different story.
I'd fear for my life, bro. There's a sea urchin, a shark, a crab that pinches me, something sharp that goes into my foot, a jellyfish. Genuine fear at the beach every time I go there.
Currents were strong and unpredictable, and I was being thrown around like a rag doll out here. Clear shots at fish were few and far between, and every time I'd be in pursuit of one, a wave would wash me away and I'd lose my progress. close. Gnarly conditions combined with my own inexperience made this mission nearly impossible.
I just got absolutely skunked. That might be the most frustrating thing I've ever done in my life. The thing is, no matter how hard you swim, you don't go where you want to go. You go where the ocean wants you to go.
And I didn't find this out until later, but conditions were at their worst and water levels were at a seasonal high. Even
let's just change beaches.
Experienced locals wouldn't have gone fishing in these rough midday conditions right off.
But you know what would be the scariest thing though? If you found someone on the island with you. That go crazy. But I would be dead immediately. Either they eat me or I join them and become one of them.
And of course, the hand line we put out earlier is completely covered with sand now. If you can't tell, I'm not very good with oceans. They're kind of a more recent development in my life.
And being a naive mountain boy who saw his first ocean at age 14, I figured I might have more luck taking my lack of skills to the opposite side.
I'm gonna try spearfishing on another beach for a bit. Feeling optimistic.
Holy tough fit though. Tough fit. Oh my gosh.
And with a totally empty belly, my motivation was at a record high. While this beach was beautiful and had the bluest water on the island, the currents were even worse than before and I had absolutely no control. Every chance at a fish was quickly interrupted by a wave, and after a bucket load of failures, I left empty-handed.
No luck again. Gosh, this is so much more difficult than it looks. I am feeling so demoralized right now. I spent basically all my time today spearfishing and I have absolutely nothing to show for it. I feel like I am running on such an empty tank. I was really banking on having some food today, but you know what? This isn't some scripted fake survival show. This is genuinely just me out here vlogging my experience, and in the real world, things rarely happen the way you want them to. I'm just trying to keep my morale up right now.
That is tough, bro.
So we may not have any fish to cook tonight, which is a
for the viewers. I need that money. I need it.
real bummer, but I figure the least we could do is still start a fire. One, to ward off some of the mosquitoes, which have actually been pretty bad at night, and two, so that I can prove to myself I can do it for when it's time to cook. I would say to keep me warm, but this island is plenty warm. That is not a concern. So I brought flint and steel as a backup, but first I wanted to try out a method called the
Holy Minecraft reference?
bamboo fire saw. I've done this a couple times in much drier climates, so I have at least some confidence that I could do it here. The first thing I did is cut a slice out of a piece of bamboo to kind of give it this ridge right here. And then I also cut off this little wedge piece. And what I did here is I drilled a hole in it with a knife, and then on the backside cut out a little V-shaped groove right over that hole. I also shaved some tinder to use off a piece of bamboo. Plus I have some dry fibers from an old coconut like this. I found this is one of the things that burns the best on the island. And now what I'll do is place these right over that hole, hold them down with another stick. And now what I'll do is rub this groove over the ridge with enough speed and power that will create some really concentrated heat right there on the hole. And that'll hopefully give us an ember.
I was running low on
I love it, bro. He's just doing this over and over.
energy this evening to begin with, but I was putting every last bit of it I had into starting this fire.
Oh, she's smoking a little.
Yeah, I'd be doing this for like 5 hours, and then I catch it on fire and my clothes would get caught on fire. Holy chud. I'd be dead, bro.
That's not good for your lungs, buddy. Oh, she's smoking like crazy.
Now, the excitement from getting it smoking would be like so joyful.
It's taking a little extra time because I keep readjusting the camera angle.
That don't look right, bro. If it's just zoomed on his face, bro,
We got
he's going
smoke.
at it. Oh,
Oh, little bud, look at that.
I picked up the pace as I saw everything starting to heat up.
stop. It doesn't sound right on mute.
Exactly what we're looking for.
Oh, look at that. We have an ember.
I transferred
my
that
gosh.
ember onto a slightly bigger stack
Oh,
of
the
tinder
blowing the
kindling.
fire like this. Hitting that, bro, every time the blow of fire, bro, is like actually. That's relatable. That's relatable.
Then added some fuel wood onto that pile to make it bigger, and before I could even process what happened, it was a proper campfire.
All right, it took a little while, but we finally made her happen. I will admit I cheated and used a little toilet paper. I had some of this in my bag for poops, and hey.
No, bro, you gotta go straight leaves with that, bro. You can't use toilet paper. Come on now. You gotta live like the wild man.
Works for this too.
I spent a while chilling at my shelter, taking in the fire, and even without a single bite of food to cook, this place was feeling so much more like home.
Does kind of keep the mosquitoes away. That's nice. This is genuinely one of the most mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausting things I've ever done in my life, and is really starting to catch up to me. Does kind of keep the mosquitoes away. That's nice. This is genuinely one of the most mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausting things I've ever done in my life, and is really starting to catch up to me.
I would hate the beach every day. Never want to go back to the beach. Never after this.
I think it's a mixture of the immense humidity, 72 hours on no real food, all the work I've been putting in, complete isolation, but this is way more rough than I thought it would be.
Some little Timmy just skips all this. He's like, I don't want to hear all this. I don't want to hear all this. Yap. Oh, he's crying. Boo-hoo. That's messed up, though.
Okay, one last thing before bed. I realized last night the reason the roof was leaking is because these top pieces were really loose in there and just flying out. I tightened these vines right here, and now they should stay in place, and I think we'll stay dry. Again, I said I think we'll stay dry yesterday, so what do I know? A weird side effect of being out here is it's made me realize just how cell phone addicted I've become. Even getting
I don't gotta worry about that cell phone addiction. I'm good. I'm good.
into bed, it feels like I should be doom scrolling right now, but I can't, so I just listen to the sounds of the waves, and that's probably a lot healthier.
This is what the parents always wanted, bro. They wanted us to actually go outside and touch grass. This is what they meant. Live in the wild, bro. In the wild.
Maybe this whole experience is changing me for the better. Anyways, I'm off to bed. Night night, sleep tight, don't let the sharks bite.
Oh, what a beautiful view, though. Honestly, what do you think he takes a crap at?
Where is that rooster when I need it? I'm starving out here. It didn't rain a drop last night, but that actually made things worse because it was the hottest, muggiest night ever and the mosquitoes were so bad. I put a dry bag around my feet to keep them off because I don't have any socks. I still only got a couple hours sleep. I don't know how I'm still functioning right now.
Bro, he would have bumps all over his face from those mosquitoes, bro. That's the one exception you can bring, though, bug spray.
Anyways, it's day 4, or as I prefer to think of it, day 4. Wait, is it day 4? Yeah, it's day 4. This is my last full day on the island. That is the best news I've heard in a while, and the only news I've heard in a while. And rumor has it
I'd be so sad to leave the island because I did all that work. Like, bro, look at my setup. Look at my setup. Nice bed.
Might be having a little surprise visit later. But first, breakfast. This might be a little TMI, but my poops have been looking really weird lately.
Then I started my morning routine on the beach in the same way I always do, by watching a giant fanged sea worm with
Okay, bro. Frick is this? It's a sea worm that looks like a centipede.
1,000 legs emerge from the ground, bite down onto another organism, and then retract back into the underworld. I later found out this is called a bobbit worm, and it's a 10-foot long carnivorous
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
worm that has deadly fangs and inspired this creature from Predator. Then I continued my nice little walk down the beach.
I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh, it is an absolute scorcher today. It's kind of a good thing because I'm able to get some of the camera batteries charged up, but at the same time, it's draining me twice as fast. And look at that, since I started recording, it's already, that's how humid it is.
And given how hot it is today and how much the midday heat drains me, I walked into the jungle to escape the sun for a bit and do some exploring.
Like Zoink Scoob, this island better not have anything spooky on it. Like, man,
Well, he could be Shaggy a little bit.
what I would give for a cheeseburger right now. Well, cheeseburger.
Wow. This is W acting. Holy. This guy's got it down path.
I'm going on a little walk through the
Holy, I'm never doing that again.
jungle because everything outside of it's too hot.
And after passing by every spooky spider on the earth, I met up with some neighbors.
So I know I keep saying this island's uninhabited, but turns out
Getting at least 100 clips out of this one video.
that's not actually true. It's a pig. There's a mama pig that I've named Chris P. Bacon.
Oh, we are killing that. Immediately grab the spear, we're chucking it at it like that, and we're going to kill it, skin it, barbecue it. We're doing everything for this pig.
And she has some piglets, a few of which I've named Ham.
Oh, we gotta get the children too. They're all food at the end of the day. We don't care. We don't care. I'm sorry. They're all food.
Porcahontas, and Piggy Azalea. And I know if this was a real life or death situation, that'd be an S-tier food source, but I'm not about to kill a mama pig for a YouTube video I'll be done with in less than
Bro, come on. I would do it.
24 hours. These guys are making it a lot less lonely on this island. I just want them as friends.
But I also
Oh yeah, the loneliness would be insane, bro.
discovered the lair of a creature that might not be quite so friendly.
So this right here is the den of a coconut crab. They look like this. See the size of that? That is not a fun crab. And Mr. Ballin has a really good video about this, but they are supposedly what killed Amelia Earhart. I'd love to catch a coconut crab because that'd be some good eating, but they're kind of elusive. They only come out at night, and also the ones on this island are apparently not nearly as big as the one in that picture I showed you, so whatever. Well, folks, I think it's almost time for our evening surprise. So before I came out to the island, I spent a couple days in a nearby village on another island, and some people from that village said that they're gonna come out on my 4th night and show me how to spearfish and catch lobster. And hopefully they remember, because that sounds like an absolute godsend right now.
But lobster hunting wouldn't be happening until nightfall, so I took a much needed nap in the shade.
No, bro, you would see me way darker on this island, bro. It'd be cooked. I'd come home and I would be unrecognizable.
My shelter, woke up just after sunset, recorded this next line with no context.
This island is cursed.
Then the villagers arrived in their boat.
All right, so the fellas just pulled up in their little boat, and I think we're gonna go out there and see if we can put a hurting on the ocean. I mean, not the whole ocean, just like a lobster or two.
We slowly made our way out into the sea, and the boys used spotlights to scope out where lobsters might be.
It is so dark out here right now. The ocean feels really eerie. The thing with lobsters is apparently they only come out at night, so that's why we're going right now.
I goggled up and prepped for my last chance at catching food.
All right, time to do some night fishing. Let's get it.
I dipped into the water and got my first feel for snorkeling in nighttime conditions, while the local villager diving alongside me had his first—
Why is he? Whoa! Is he just shirt dipping in there? And he's holding it with his mouth. Yo, he's a pro. Why did I say it like that?
Alongside me had his first fish on spear in the matter of just a few minutes. Their village's culture and economy totally revolves around fishing, so it's no surprise. This guy's probably been fishing these waters since he was—
Oh, I would not be able to hold my breath. No, I go so far deep and then I go up.
a little kid and is incredibly skilled. I, on the other hand, continued my streak of L's and had a very rough start with absolutely no hits. My first several fish were misses,
You gotta go
and I was starting
slow,
to feel
bro.
like I
You gotta go slow with it.
was just hopeless at this. But unlike before, the water was calm and the seafloor was filled with life. So after really dialing in focus, my luck began to change.
Woo! When you eat fish, there's bones all inside of it. The last time I ate fish, bro, I just kept eating their bones, and top 10 worst experience for me. Holy.
After all this
Food-wise though.
time, finally speared a fish. This is sweet victory.
And after dropping my first fish off in the boat, I got back into the water with more hope than ever before, and soon after dialed in on my second target.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he mangled his body. Holy. Is that its eyes? What is that?
Yeah. That's a fishy right there.
Oh my gosh, I think he overdid it a little bit.
All the meanwhile, my villager friend was absolutely spearfish mogging me, and he was loading up on some really healthy sized ones too. But my skills were improving fast, and I even managed
Oh, look at the crab! No!
to skewer this crab. But
Not
the
Mr. Krabs! No!
whole reason we went on this hunt in the first place is to catch lobster. So now it's time to shift from our cute little appetizers to the main course. I started diving around the rocky areas lobsters like to hide, and once I saw these little antennas poking out from the rocks, I knew it was game on. I'm pretty sure I nailed this guy on my very first shot, but he was still putting up one heck of a fight and wasn't gonna come out of his cave easy. But once I got down in there, I was really able to finish the job, and we had a
Holy.
lobster shish kebab on the menu for dinner.
Oh my gosh, straight through the head too.
Lobster. Hardly know her. That is a beautiful lobster right there. Oh my gosh, look at the coloring. This dude right here is my fishing partner. He's an absolute legend.
And after a successful hunt with a boat full of fish, they dropped me back off on the island.
Well, folks, this is an absolutely glorious moment I get to share with y'all, because after 4 days of eating nothing but coconuts, we get a feast. Welcome to Captain Dave's Seafood Buffet. Tonight, we're cooking everything I speared myself, which includes the blackfish, the redfish, Mr. Krabs, sponge me boy, and the lobster. I'm putting the fish over the fire on sticks, and I'm wrapping the crab and lobster in almond leaves.
Both of these cooked over the hot coals of the fire till they were crispy.
Oh my gosh, look
Oh, no seasoning. Should have brought some Lowry seasoning salt to that.
at that beautifully cooked fish. That is music to my eyes. That doesn't even make any sense, but that's how hungry I am. Bottoms up. Oh my gosh. That might be the best bite of food I've ever taken in my entire life. Might have something to do with having eaten nothing but coconuts for a week, but that is delicious. Now it's on to the blackfish. I think that's a little tastier than the red one. Our next course is the crab. Call this crab Santa.
Oh, it's got sand all over it.
Because it's got claws. That was dumb.
Ooh, look at that nice crab meat.
And last but not least, our
Rinse your fingers off, please.
main course, the lobster. Look at all the meat in that lobster tail, my goodness. I feel the life returning to my body right now. You can even probably just tell in my energy in this video how much better I'm feeling. Dude, everything I just ate would have run you $49.95 at a mid-tier seafood restaurant. That was so good. Well, this is my final night as a castaway. I feel like this is the part of the show where I'm supposed to give some sappy talk about how the island changed me for the better and how now I'll be more grateful for the little things in life, but
You know, I came in here thinking it'd be easy, but I got something I wasn't prepared for. And it's changed me, made me more grateful, made me a better man.
way too tired for that. Let's just go to bed. I got to thinking, what if nobody actually comes back for me tomorrow? What if I'm actually stuck here? Then I realized it's almost April and I haven't filed my taxes yet, so if the crew doesn't come back for me, the IRS will. That's a little survival hack right there. There's a slight breeze coming through that's both cooling me down and keeping the mosquitoes away, so I'm feeling hopeful that I'll actually be able to sleep tonight. Night night, sleep tight, don't let the coconut crabs bite. Good morning. There it is. There it is. You know what? I don't even care about that dang chicken anymore because it is day 5, the day I finally make it off.
Oh my
this thing.
gosh.
A huge windstorm. Chicken anymore because it is day 5.
Oh my gosh, his hands. Oh, it's so pruny. A comparison for the viewers. Holy. Oh my gosh, that's what my hands look like after I get done with the pool or beach or washing the dishes.
The day I finally make it off this thing. A huge windstorm absolutely ripped through here last night and tore apart some more of the shelter. I'm honestly surprised even this much is still standing. But that is totally okay because we do not need that shelter any longer. I'm not even having my usual breakfast today. I'm just gonna wait and get some non-coconut food here real soon. Also, you might be wondering how I organized this whole ordeal in the first place, and it was through a company called Do Castaway. They find islands like this, some of the most remote islands on Earth, and then they coordinated logistics of me getting here, permits, they gave me a satellite phone in case of emergency. Huge shout out to Do Castaway. I've been trying to make this video happen for 2 years now, and I was finally able to because of them.
Holy.
At long last, it was time for pickup.
There's my ride.
And after 5 grueling days of isolation, hunger, and none of the comforts of civilization, being picked up to go home felt almost too good to be true.
I'd be
This
so
experience
happy.
was a
I'd
brutal
be
one, but it
jumping
made
for
me a
joy.
stronger person, and I'm so grateful to have had it.
Well, I'm headed back to civilization. Thank you all so much for coming along on this adventure.
Oh my gosh, the dolphins.
See you in the next one.
Amazing. I'm hitting that sub button faster than you can say it, bro. That was an amazing video. On to the next.